Ben, thanks for joining us or speaking to us on talkSPORT as ever. Appreciate your time. It's a heavyweight clash, right? England landed the first punch. India's punched you straight back. What's the plan?
Yeah, well, that was always going to be the case here with England v India. Two good teams going at it in a long series. It was always going to be ebbs and flows in the series and ebbs and flows throughout the game. And yeah, again, obviously we were disappointed with how we managed to go last week, but yeah, we got over the excitement of Headingley very quickly, and we were able to also get over the disappointment of last week, in particular with the fact that this was a very quick turnaround. It's mad that we're playing tomorrow. It feels like yesterday that we're still playing down in Edgbaston.
You said after the first test that it took you a few days to get over Headingley. I mean, there's captain, fielder, bowler, batter, 5-day test cricket, and going all the way past 6:30 as well on day 5. This is a very short turnaround. Mike Atherton, former England skipper himself, said Test cricket takes it out of you in a way no other format does. So how do you recover? It's such a short turnaround. Would you prefer a little bit longer between these tests?
That's a tough one, I think. I think it's one of those weird ones where mentally, when you know you've got a bigger break, I think your body just knows that and your mind knows that. So it does take you you've got a bit longer to get ready. Whereas of this one, it's short, so you sort of just got to get up and at them and go again. But it's one of those when you get into the prep days, you're sort of all right, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's called Test cricket for a reason. If it was easy, it would be called easy cricket, and it's certainly a test. Test your mind, test your body, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff, and that's what makes it such a good format of the game.
One change has been announced from the side at Edgbaston. Jofra Archer back in the England setup. I mean, that's a phenomenal position to be in, and I think from the outside we worried and were concerned whether we would ever see this day again. Can you just give us a little bit of an idea about the thought process behind bringing in Archer, making that one change, and also what you're hoping to be able to call upon when you're about to throw him the ball?
Yeah, I think just to go back to your first point there, obviously it's just incredibly exciting for England cricket fans, but most importantly I think it's great for Jofra that he's been adamant since his injury problems that this is where he wanted to be back in. He wanted to be out in the field playing for England again, and then when he eventually got back out in the field playing for England, his next goal was to get back into a physical position where he could play and be in contention for Test cricket. So now that day's finally here, it's amazing for us as his teammates, but also for him. And yeah, look, I think skill that Joff possesses, we all know what that is. It's all pretty obvious. I think we know what to expect. Well, what we will expect from Joff, which is incredibly skillful and times where he bowls the absolute speed of light. He's a game changer. He's got all the attributes to be one of the all-time greats to bowl for England. So very exciting times this week.
Lastly, this old ground, it says, brings out the best in the opposition. Everybody wants to play here. Possibly it's why Jasprit Bumrah is playing this test, if he plays, rather than in the second test match. But it's also the scene of your last test century for England. Is it still the place that gets the best, not just out of the opposition, but also out of the England team?
No, I don't think any ground gets, you don't get any more out of anyone wherever you play, if that makes sense. Walking out onto the field wearing the 3 lions is, wherever you do that in the world, wherever you do that in England, it means just as much if you're walking out at Lords like we are this week, or if you're walking out in Mount Maunganui in New Zealand, the complete other side of the world. Yeah, I can understand why touring teams, feel that extra special bit of Lords when they come here. We do as well, but we're just lucky enough we get to play here quite a few times a year.
Well, enjoy the match and good luck.
Thank you very much.